أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليكم. Today is the 4th of Muharram. The previous 3 days we introduced Karbala, talked about Muslim ibn Aqil alayhi salam and Hur ibn Yazid al-Riyahi alayhi salam. Today it only fits that we talk about one of Imam Hussein's greatest companions and friends. He was known as Habib Hussain alayhi salam, the friend of Hussein, the lover of Hussein. His name was Habib ibn Mazahir al-Asadi. Now a bit of information on Habib alayhi salam. He was a special companion of the first 3 Imams, Imam Ali alayhi salam, Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and eventually Imam Hussain alayhi salam. It is narrated that Habib alayhi salam had memorized the whole Quran and was a skilled warrior. So skilled, in fact, that Imam Ali alayhi salam put him in his own special military unit, the Shurtat al-Khamis, the elite guard. Just imagine the strength of someone who Imam Ali would have put in the very group of people that he sent into tasks that would be considered impossible and trusted to protect him in the field of battle. Habib alayhi salam was one of the first to fight in the battle in the name of the Ahl al-Bayt. It is narrated from Imam Hussain alayhi salam himself that Habib alayhi salam lived a simple life with very little comforts. Habib would recite the whole Quran out of memory every night. He rejected all the gifts and payoffs offered to him from the Yazidis and the Kufans by saying, "We will have no excuse to make to the Prophet of God sallallahu alaihi wasallam if we are alive and the son of the Prophet is oppressed and killed." Look at his loyalty. Habib ibn Mazahir was unlike any other companion of the Imams. In fact, he was so loyal and trusted that he was one of the 2 people, the other being the great champion of Imam Ali's army, Misam al-Tammar, who had been given the knowledge of ilm al-balaya wa al-manaya by Imam Ali alayhi salam, the knowledge of calamities and deaths. They had been given the knowledge of where and when people would die, where and when they would die, what kinds of calamities would befall the earth. Can you imagine how special someone had to be to reach this level of trust with the Ahl al-Bayt? Habib alayhi salam was so loyal. He was one of the first to sign the letters that were sent to Imam Hussain inviting him to Kufa, where Habib himself had grown to be a prominent citizen. Habib alayhi salam, when he found out that Muslim ibn Aqil alayhi salam was coming to Kufa to marshal the forces for Imam Hussain, he was overjoyed. He was so loyal that Muslim alayhi salam chose Habib and his great friend Muslim ibn Usaja alayhi salam to represent him and Imam Hussain, and they would accept the oaths of allegiance on behalf of Muslim alayhi salam and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. When Ubaydullah lanatullah alayhi took control and used fear tactics to disperse the supporters of Muslim and killed Muslim alayhi salam's representatives, Habib alayhi salam and Muslim bin Usaja alayhi salam were saved by their own tribe, Banu Asad, who forcefully took them into hiding so that they wouldn't be killed by Ubaydullah. Habib was heartbroken because the Kufans had betrayed his beloved Imam. While on the fields of Karbala, there would be cries coming in from the Yazidi army. The battalion of Umar has arrived. The army from Kufa on behalf of Ubaydullah has arrived. The army of Hurmala has arrived. The army of Shimr has arrived. The lady Zainab went to her brother Imam Hussain alayhi salam and asked, "Oh brother, why are all of these soldiers coming?" The Imam replied to her, "My dear sister, they are gathering to kill me." Bibi Zainab replied to her brother, "Brother, you have hardly 72 men with you, while they have thousands." Imam Hussain then began to cry. Zainab asked Imam Hussain with tears in her eyes, "Do you not have anyone ready to come to your help?" Imam Hussain said, "Falsehood can buy you so many supporters. Truth has very few friends." On that very 4th of Muharram, Imam Hussain himself penned a letter to Kufa to one Habib ibn Muzahir alayhi salam, asking him, "Ya Habibi, oh my friend, Hussain ibn Ali has need of you in Karbala." Until this point, Habib had no idea where Imam Hussain was. All he knew was that he was on his way to Kufa. And now, all he knew was that Hur's battalion had intercepted him, and now no longer knew where he could find Imam Hussain. When Habib got the letter, he read it and began to sob. He had finally found out where Imam al-Hussein was. The childhood friend of Imam al-Hussein now knew where to go. The letter was carried by Imam Hussein's messenger, who himself climbed over the tall city walls of Kufa and reached Habib. Habib very quickly asked his servant, "Get a horse ready and meet me on the outskirts of the city." When Habib's wife saw him crying, she asked, "Who would have ever thought?" She asked Habib, "What is wrong?" Habib replied, "Who would have ever thought that the people would be so thirsty for the blood of the grandson of the Holy Prophet, whose name they utter in every adhan and in every salah?" Habib then, in the dark of the night, went to the outskirts of town where he had told his servant to wait with the horse. When he got there, he saw his servant stroking the mane of the horse and saying, "Stay calm. If Habib alayhi salam doesn't arrive, then I will ride you to Karbala to the support of my Imam." Habib then moved out of Kufa alongside Muslim bin al-Sajah and rode for Karbala through the nights and arrived on the 7th of Muharram 61 AH. When the Lady Zainab was in her tent, weeping that no one was supporting Imam Hussain, when a cry came out, "Someone approaches the tents of Hussain. Someone has finally come to support Hussain." Abul Fadl al-Abbas went to greet them. Imam al-Hussain went outside. When Lady Zainab found out that Habib ibn Mazahir, the companion of her father and her brother, had arrived, she sent out her servant Janab al-Fizza to convey her greetings to Habib. Habib, when he received the greetings from the daughter of Lady Fatima, he began to cry, saying how fortunate are the companions of Imam al-Hussain that the daughter of Fatima Zahra should honor them with greetings. Habib alayhi salam then remarked on the small force of Imam al-Hussain, the small group of defenders he had, and compared it to the 10,000 soldiers facing him across the river. Habib asked Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam, my tribe of Bani Asad lives near here. Can I go and see if I can get some fighting men to help to support you?" The Imam accepted. Habib alayhi salam rode hard and reached the tribe of Bani Asad and preached to them, "Your Imam is on the desert plains of Karbala facing death, and you sit here." The whole tribe of Bani Asad marched with Habib alayhi salam towards the tents of Imam al-Hussain. But Omar bin Saad found out and sent a massive army he scattered the forces of Banu Asad. Habib ibn Muzahir returned to the tents dejected. No more help would be coming for Imam al-Hussain. Habib and Muslim came as support to Imam al-Hussain on the 7th of Muharram, the very day water was cut to the family of Rasulullah. For 3 days and 3 nights they remained thirsty and hungry till the day of Ashura, when the Imam organized his army and put Habib alayhi salam, 75-year-old veteran of many wars and loyal supporter of Ahl Bayt, in command of the left wing of his whole army. When Imam Hussain on the morning of Ashura spoke to the army of Yazid and preached to them, told them, "Don't you know who I am? I am the grandson of Rasulullah. I am of the Ahlul Bayt." Shimr replied, "I don't know what you are talking about. My prayers be in uncertainty if I have any idea what you're talking about." Habib went furious at this insult against his Imam and replied to Shumar, "I swear to God that I see you worship him with 70 doubts and layers of uncertainty. I witness that you are right. I have no idea what the Imam is talking about. Your heart is dark and sealed against any truth." When the Imam then called a halt to the combat during Ashura for noon prayers, a soldier in the Yazidi army named Hussain bin Numair yelled, "Your prayers won't be accepted by God." Habib once more stood to defend the honor of his Imam. "You think the prayer of the Prophet's household will not be accepted? Your prayers will not be accepted, you drunk donkey." Habib alayhi salam then ran and hit the horse of Ibn Numair on the face with the flat of his sword, causing it to tip over. Ibn Numair fell off and was almost killed by Habib when his friends quickly pulled Ibn Numair out of danger. Then the single combat began. Habib's great friend Muslim ibn Asaja alayhi salam went to defend Imam al-Hussain. And while he lay dying on the plains of Karbala, Imam al-Hussain and Habib alayhi salam were sitting by him. Habib said, "May God give you good news. If my martyrdom were not close, I would have liked you to tell me your will so that I can execute it for you. And by that I have fulfilled my tribal and religious duty towards you." Muslim ibn Asaja pointed to Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam and told Habib, "My will is for you to stay with Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam. May God bless you. Keep defending him as long as you are alive, and do not stop supporting him until you are killed." Habib replied, "I will execute your will and I will make you happy." It was time now for Habib to go and fight in the name of the Imam. Habib, the member of the Shurtat al-Khamis of Imam Ali. Habib, the man who had fought in many battles, was a companion of 3 Imams who had lived to the age of 75 years. Habib, who was older than almost all of the soldiers in the Yazidi army, now stood against evil. Habib marched out onto the battlefield. "I am Habib and my father is Mazahir, the fighter of fiery battles and wars. You are superior to us in number and quantity, and we are superior to you in loyalty and steadfastness. Our reason and augmentation is superior and clear, and we are more pious and accepted by God than you." This Rajaz, poetic war cry, was recited by Habib ibn Mazahir al-Asadi alayhi salam as he fought desperately against the massive army of Yazid. Habib alayhi salam was very old, but that did not stop him from fighting as skillfully as he did alongside Imam Ali alayhi salam. He killed 62 Yazidi soldiers. Umar bin Saad began to panic. "Kill Habib! Kill the friend of Hussein! Kill the childhood friend of Hussein! He is killing too many of ours." The infantry of the Yazidi army swarmed Habib. Someone hit him over the head with a sword and he was thrown off his horse. A single cry across the battlefield rang, "Oh my Imam, alayka minni as-salam." Accept my final salam, O my Imam. Budayl ibn Maryam closed in on Habib and beheaded him on the battlefield. Imam al-Hussain alayhi salam ran to the battlefield, took Habib into his arms and wept heavily, saying, Ya Habibi, O my friend, how you have fallen in my defense. Ah, Habib al-Hussain. The Banu Asad, after the battle, buried the body of Habib very close to Imam Hussein, 10 meters away from his present-day shrine. Assalamu alayka ya Habib al-Hussein. Assalamu ala Habib ibn Mazahir al-Asadi. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un.